introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name's Aleckson. I am the soul speaker and I give a voice to the power within. I am a direct voice channel. Now what that means, for me anyway, because it means different things to different people, I work with a highly evolved non-physical stream of consciousness that we call all that is. That's the name they gave me when they first came through about 8-9 years ago now. What I do every day on the Soul Scope, the daily Soul Scope, is that I bring through the guides or the collective group, and that includes, by the way, your guides and your own soul as well, because we're in a collective energy together. So when you join in energetically as well. And so I share a message every single day. And the message is what your soul wants you to know today. If you would like to take a nice breath with me. And we'll just allow the stream of consciousness that we call all that is to come through. And we are here, and as always, we are delighted to be of service to you. We wish you to understand, as we said yesterday, that you are the physical manifestation of all that is. You are not less than that. In other words, we don't lord it over you. We come in service and you come in service to us. In other words, we come together collaboratively, in collaboration, in a collective energy, in order to do what you came to do through being a physical being, and what we came to do through being the non-physical, which is pouring through this one right now. And so, today, your soul and your higher aspects and all of those beautiful parts of yourself that are so much more than you know yourself to be at this time, your soul wants you to know that it's time. It's really time that you let go of anything that doesn't resemble self-love. In other words, let go of anything that looks like unself-love. Now, we call it unself-love because it is incredibly subtle as we move through the evolution, as we move out of third dimension. We're there already, out of that, into fourth dimension and on into the fifth dimension. You cannot enter the fifth dimension if you have any aspect of unself-love within you. Any aspect of unself-love within you will hold you stuck between dimensions, as though there is a doorway that you have to walk through, but you cannot walk through unless you are cleansed of anything that resembles unself-love. And so we want to say to you that your soul wants to say to you that the way to total love of self, and therefore love of everybody else, because you can't help but love everybody when you love yourself. You can't help but be the peaceful being that you are coming into being if you don't love yourself. Now, many of you who've already done lots and lots and lots and lots of work around this, and it's cleared, and we've been clearing it energetically. But what we want to say to you specifically at this point in time is that you are love. You've never been anything less than that. You simply think you are. And so we want to show you some examples of what we would call unself-love in the age that you're in right now. In other words, in that time when you're between the fourth and the fifth dimension, so that you can release yourself from those things by understanding that now that you have heard these things, you cannot unhear them, you cannot unlearn them, you are aware of them. And so when you do these things to yourself, you will have an awareness that you're doing it, and you will make a decision to stop doing it, you see, because we know you're at that stage. We know that you want nothing more than to step into this full evolution, to step into full empowerment, to be love in this world. And so some examples, very practical examples of those we have worked with in your dimension. Any moment that you think that anything is going wrong in your life and in your world is a moment of unself-love, because every single experience you are having or have had or will have had to happen in order for you to remember you as you really are, to remember yourself and to be empowered and to continue on your evolutionary journey. And so any moment that you think you're doing anything wrong, any moment that you think that anything about your body is wrong, any moment that you think that anybody outside of you is doing anything wrong, is a moment of unself-love. We're telling you this so that you're now aware of it. You cannot unlearn it, and forward moving now, in other words, as you move forward, you are aware of it, you will continue to be aware of it, you can never be unaware of it again. And you can then choose, and by the way, it is a choice, you have free will. You can choose to make the change in each moment. Yes? We are done. Thank you. Before I go, I want to choose a self-care dare card for you. These are the self-care dare cards that I developed, and they have things on the back, an exercise to do or something to do to help you with your self-care. Self-care, of course, is the practical application of self-love, and it is this. Today, in this moment, bring your inner focus or attention into your heart space and repeat the affirmation 3 times. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself. I love others, and others love me. Sit, close your eyes and breathe deeply while you allow this truth to enter your being. Go on, I dare you.